He did it. He actually did it. Oh my God, it's incredible. And the stocks have been following. Jeff Bezos has gone to the moon. And Amazon stock, if you've been following Amazon stock, then you know that it also went to the moon. Now, of course, Jeff Bezos is no longer the CEO of Amazon, and of course, this is not financial advice, but one thing is for certain, this stock is the greatest play that you could have made if you got in around June. Ladies and gentlemen, Amazon has gone to the moon. Jeff Bezos has gone to the moon. Richard Branson went up like halfway to the moon. This is not financial advice. Be sure to hit that subscribe button and that like button. Now, what are we talking about with Amazon today?
Welcome back, everyone, to Money Suckle, your one-stop shop for a greener financial future. And one of the greenest stocks over the past 5, 10, 15 years, the tried and true blue chipper, Amazon. If you bought Amazon in 1994, if you cashed out all of your stock from Furbies and Pogs, then you would be so far beyond the moon right now that we would be losing radio contact with you as your nuclear-powered spacesuit would now be just running out of energy, like the failing power supply on Voyager 1.
I mean, that's the problem, with a lot of people who are investing. They're investing. They're trying to get, they're trying to take profits once they see the shares going up. What they don't realize is if you just leave the money in the shares and never actually trade them, you'll make a shitload of money. If you bought in, what'd you say, in 1990? I can't even go back that far on my thing. Either way, it had to be somewhere around like $10. And now we're sitting pretty with Amazon stock just at $3,573. Now, I know what a lot of newer investors are saying. I don't have $3,700 to buy a single share of Amazon, because even if it does go up $50, I mean, that's not really a lot. You kind of want to buy a lot of shares of, lower price shares, so whenever the price increases, you really get like maximum profits. But Amazon has always been a great buy and holding position. They just keep making money. They're eventually going to take over the world, and by owning a share of Amazon, essentially you own a piece of the world, right? I think
you own a piece of Earth. I mean, I think this article we're about to read here says that Amazon is worth 1.8 trillion. I mean, that's like probably, 1% of the entire global GDP?
That's a large percentage.
Right. And what you were saying earlier, Amazon stock up 206,000% all time.
Bruh.
If you had bought in whenever it was they were still trading books in the 90s, you'd be sitting pretty like a Saudi Arabian oil prince, like a prince baron. You could have women on leashes. You could have your own slaves. You could assassinate people. You could do anything. Not that you should, of course. This is not financial advice.
But ladies and gentlemen, we are up 206,000% on Amazon so far. But this next week, I think there's a certain event occurring that will send Amazon stock up an additional 206,000%.
I can't wait to see what this is.
Because former Amazon CEO and one of the top Amazon shareholders, Jeffrey Glorious Bald Man Bezos, he is heading to outer space.
Wait, what? I thought he already went.
No.
He was supposed to be like racing Richard Branson, and Richard Branson tried to do this whole thing. He's the CEO of Virgin, of course. He goes to outer space, but he just gets to the very beginning of outer space. He couldn't really go too much past it. I think they were weightless for a few minutes. But you know that your boy Jeff Bezos, whenever he gets out there, he's not stopping at the stratosphere. He's not stopping at the Kepler belt. He's going all the way to the moon, and that stock is definitely going to follow. Well, yeah, let's hear about this.
All right, so the article from Yahoo News here. Jeff Bezos sets his sight on a new frontier in space in the coming days after building a gargantuan business empire, which has in many ways conquered the Earth. You see, Jeff Bezos has run out of stuff to buy on Earth. He's got enough money, just items on Earth are so trivial to him. He's got to go into outer space Presumably part of Amazon's future asteroid mining operation. It all begins here. Last chance to buy in, by the way. His journey into space aboard a reusable rocket built by his firm Blue Origin comes just 2 weeks after he steps aside as chief executive of Amazon, which grew from a garage startup into one of the world's most formidable businesses. Bezos, 57, remains executive chair at the technology and e-commerce colossus he founded 27 years ago. But he is clearly looking to even loftier ambitions.
Yeah, and I can tell what some of these lofty ambitions are. I mean, I know what I would do if I was in his position. Women on leashes. Back in the day, it used to be like, move your business to Ireland. Do all your finances through Swiss banks. As long as your company is technically operating in a company that doesn't have to play ball with the U.S. tax system, then, you're making nothing but profits. But if he can somehow make the main Amazon profit center in outer space, how is the government going to possibly come in and get their little greedy fingers on my boy Jeff Bezos' fortune, and if you're invested in Amazon, our fortune?
That's right, fellas. We've been saying this for a while on the channel now, but this is clearly leading to the Amazon moon-based distribution center. I mean, you don't really have to pay people any wage up there. It's the moon. There's no regulation. I'm sure they'll put in the wage cage up there, and it might be even better for the Amazon employees because of zero gravity. It'll make it harder for them to hang themselves,
They can float around. It's not going to be like, their feet aren't going to be hurting. They can kind of just bounce around. It'll be like a fun bounce house on the moon. And, you got some Amazon boxes. You can toss it to that guy. It'll, go really slow. It seems like a lot of fun.
That's right, because I think we weigh about 1/6 on the moon as we do here on Earth. They can get so much more work done. They can lift so much more. You could cut that workforce in half and still do more work compared to some of these terrestrial distribution centers.
Well, and also just think about it. This is such a brilliant move by moving the distribution center to the moon. Like you said, the weight is half. Imagine what that's going to do for shipping costs. What they used to have to pay to ship a package to your door is now going to be cut in half because it doesn't weigh as much. And also, if I'm hearing correctly, and I've only heard this through the grapevine, this is not confirmed, Amazon may or may not have a package cannon that they can shoot the packages directly to your door, like little meteorites that'll just kind of pop up. You'll see a big glow in the sky. You can walk out and say, oh, it's here. The Furby that I ordered is finally about to show up. Boom! Right at your front doorstep.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, you couldn't pick a more perfect metaphor for Amazon as a stock. Jeff Bezos is leaving the stratosphere. He's leaving the planet, just like that little green line that if you invested in all those years ago, you would probably be going to the moon right now as well.
You'd be floating in outer space, drinking cocktails with Jeff Bezos, watching all of his workers rocket packages directly to your door. Now, here's the thing. Again, Amazon is an expensive stock, and of course we may or may not be in a consumer-inflated bubble at the moment where all the money that people have been spending over COVID and all the stimulus checks have just been pumping into Amazon, overflating prices and the market in general, and now that the stimulus checks aren't coming in, perhaps that consumer spending will halt or drop considerably, and that also might bring down something like, Amazon stock prices. But when the stock drops, get in at the top, slide your way down, buy more, and then rocket right back up because people will start getting rich again any day now.
Now, lots of people are straight up disrespecting my boy, Jeff Bezos here. The glorious bald head of Jeff Bezos. I see trash talk against Bezos all the time. Oh, he's union busting. Oh, he's not paying his workers a fair wage. Boo-hoo. You want to talk about a fair wage? How about 206,000% increase in wage under the tutelage of Jeffrey Baldman Bezos?
I mean, honestly, here's what I've been seeing. A lot of people just don't want to work. Like, they got so used to sitting on their lazy asses all throughout this pandemic, and now they have the opportunity to go back to work. No one's doing it. Guess who's still hiring, though? Guess whose business didn't go under?
Guess who's been carrying the economy on its back since the pandemic began?
That's Jeff Bezos, that's Amazon. Listen, you could invest in Amazon. You can go work at Amazon, have a job, have your shareholder position, and also help to make the stock go up by overly packaging small trinkets into a bag that goes inside of a box that goes inside of a larger box that has foam on it. Talk about he's giving jobs to people who create bubble wrap. He's giving jobs to people who create boxes.
You know what? Even though Amazon might have been the best performing stock in the market over the past 25 years, it's still disrespected. It's still undervalued. You hear people talking about, oh, Elon Musk is my favorite billionaire CEO. Jeff Bezos is weird and creepy. Jeff Bezos is down bad. He went through a divorce. Jeff Bezos isn't even the first CEO in space. Richard Branson beat him. Well, guess what? Richard Branson of Virgin Galactic Holdings down 17.93% in the past month. Has Amazon ever gone down by 17% in any month? Maybe at the beginning of COVID, but after that, it just immediately goes up 5 times more than it lost.
Richard Branson's looking like an old man. I know he's like 72, but these guys are billionaires. Like, get your adrenochromes, get your blood pumping. Jeff Bezos, he dropped 20 years since he became the richest man in the world. Richard Branson's piddling around. Let's see, his stock went up whenever he was hyping up, oh, I'm going to outer space. I'm going to go to the moon. He didn't do any of that shit. He just kind of floated around for a second, and the second the ship came down, guess what else came down with it? Virgin stock. And guess who's not coming back to Earth? Guess who's going to stay up there and own space? Jeff Bezos. And once he gets into an orbit, he's skyrocketing all the way around the Earth and slingshotting to the moon, getting a little bit of boost off that gravitation, and then probably straight to Jupiter. So expect that a lot of Mercury and elemental stocks will go up too, because I think next in his books, asteroid mining.
Listen, fellas, if you want to go to the moon in real life, these tickets are going to be expensive. You got to make money somehow. If you had used that oh-so-bad Amazon wage and just invested that in Amazon stock in the 90s, you'd be able to afford one of these tickets to space. And you wouldn't have achieved that if you bought Virgin Galactic Holdings, which is down 19 points and 39% over the past 5 days.
That is certainly strange. How much are they even trying to sell? Like, what's a ticket to... What are they even saying a potential ticket cost for Virgin Galactic to go to outer space would be?
I think it's like millions of dollars, which you easily could have made if you invested in Amazon instead of Virgin Galactic. Listen, fellas, you ever watch the show Futurama? What does Fry do in Futurama? Package delivery. Amazon is going to be around in the future. Now, granted, there might also be spaceships in the future too, which potentially could look good for Virgin Galactic, but not now. We're not living in the future now, but we can be if you simply invest in Amazon, that is such a Chad diversified company that the Blue Origin spaceships is just a tiny fraction of the Amazon profit potential.
Jeff Bezos really is the Cinderella man. He went from Virgin, speaking of virgins, he went from incel to Chad, dropped that bitch, gave her a little bit of money, his ex-wife. Now he's hanging with the Saudis. And now he's about to be hanging with the Saudis in outer space. That's a hot stock. I don't know. That's going to be as hot as the engines on the Amazon Express straight to the dark void that is our solar system.
Guys, don't be freaking dumb. Don't fall for stupid Virgin Galactic bullshit incorporated. Virgin. You're a virgin if you invest in Virgin Galactic. Invest in Amazon like all the other chads. It's a complete no-brainer. We didn't even need to make this video. He's literally going out of the stratosphere. Amazon stock will follow. Full stop.
Now, of course, when we tell you directly to invest in Amazon stock, that's hyperbole. We're not actually telling you to invest in Amazon stock because this is not financial advice. We are not financial advisors. We're just people who like to look at the market and people who like to make money and share our opinions.
I'm not going to tell you to buy Amazon stock. I'm just going to say that if you don't, you're probably a really big virgin.
Probably.
My name is Jeff.